This year went by with so many challenges in life. Each and every one of us had our own unique way of coping up with life. Me personally, this year started well, as I look forward for a strong year for our family. I had plans and got excited on what could have happened this year. I know for a fact that there may be challenges that we could surpass as a family, but didn't know that there was more to face as a nation, as part of this human race. Come March 2020, our nation was put to test, that borders were closed and businesses were affected. My grandson went home to us as we were staying outside of the metro and less worrisome for the whole family. He shone light to all of us during the dark hours and gave us strength to pull through this pandemic. We all prayed together, seeking guidance and protection from up above, not only for our family, but for all of us. In these trying times of our frontliners, we tried our best to reach out by giving something that we can to our hometown frontliners. We gave food to show support and let them know that deep in our hearts, we root for them. There were days that I wanted to go out, but I know in my heart that I had to protect my family and stay put. It was hard, but putting family first will bring me back to my senses that it is not yet safe. To help me bring peace and serenity, Wowa's backyard was born. Like most of the others who love plants so much, it is innate of me as well to share my knowledge in agriculture. I started to grow orchids before that I had to go through learnings and expose myself to the industry. Through Wowa's backyard, I can share my not so broad knowledge in growing plants as part of my backyard. On the other hand, Wowo, fondly called by my grandson, has decided to make my grandson dream of having a playhouse. But since we live in the countryside, we would want him to appreciate the typical Bahay Kubo, where he can have his own place and call his own playhouse. This is not the typical playhouse that you can see in the metro, but the typical Bahay Kubo that can fit him and his toys. The Bahay Kubo started with sourcing out the bamboos from our farm. Then we initially had a design in mind, but it ended up to look like typical Bahay Kubo that you see in the provinces. For safety measures, we made sure that there's a door and at the same time ladder for my grandson to enjoy. True to our goal, we made it in time for the holidays. And finally, the Bahay Kubo has now come to life. We surprised our only boy last Christmas, which we know made him happy this holiday season. In the midst of uncertainties, we all have different ways of coping up. Let us not lose hope and still find joy and meaning in what we do and have Christ in the midst of our hearts. With whatever difficulties you may face now, Know that He is with us and will never forsake us. Happy holidays from Wowa, and stay with me as we face 2021 stronger than ever.